The Pokemon Champions versus Pokemon Showdown debate is stupid. Like, I have heard a lot of this debate online, and it's not even like versus, it's why Pokemon Champions is just straight up worse than Showdown. And like, especially when the pricing stuff got revealed, they're like, Pokemon Showdown could never. I'm like, it's genuinely stupid. We all need to slow down and use our heads, okay? So I'll be talking about why these two are being compared, why they shouldn't be compared, and my thoughts on the whole pricing stuff. That's pretty much this whole video. So basically, why these two games are being compared in the first place. One, they do have similarities. The biggest one, obviously, being that Pokemon Champions and Pokemon Showdown are both, well, I hesitate to call Pokemon Showdown a game, but they're both, Pokemon things where they throw literally every other aspect out the window besides Pokemon battling. That's it. No catching, no trading, no exploration, just pure Pokemon battling. So, also, the comparisons really started when it was revealed that Champion had a similar training system to Pokemon Showdown, where you could adjust your EVs on a stat, pick exactly which moves you want, your nature, etc., etc. That's why these two are being compared. They're pretty similar in those aspects. But here's the thing. These two should not be being compared. These games are two separate things. Or at least they are trying to be different things. Alright? First, let me explain what Pokemon Showdown is trying to be. Pokemon Showdown is trying to be a battle simulator where you can battle in any way you want, as easily as you want. That's it. It's just an accessible, battle any way you want, easy way you want. There's literally a whole build format thingy on Showdown, and it's actually really cool. But basically, yeah. That's it. Showdown is trying to be a place where you can battle any way you want, as easily as you want. Whereas Pokemon Champions is not trying to do that. Pokemon Champions is trying to be a game to encourage people to play official competitive Pokemon, or at least make it so that people can play official competitive Pokemon. I specify official competitive Pokemon because you can technically play competitive Pokemon battles on Showdown. There are whole VGC formats on there. It's like the best practice place. But you can't play official tournaments on there. That's what Pokemon Champions is for. Pokemon Champions is there so that casual audiences can try out competing in official tournaments, whether it be online or in person. So that's why these two should not be compared, and why these are two separate things. They're not the same. They're not trying to be the same. And also, well, yes. Also, I've heard, like, what is it? Pokemon Champions is trying to, like, a way of Pokemon's silent way of trying to kill Showdown. No, it's not. Come on. Like, even my best friend, and I'm sorry if you watch this, I'm sorry, but, like, thinking that Showdown is gonna get sued just when Champions drops, it's like, come on, man. Are you serious? If anything, Champions is taking a buttload of inspiration from Showdown. The percentage system, the fact that they show the exact multiplier for stats, they show the exact numbers for secondary effects, that all came from Showdown. Champions has a lot of inspiration from Showdown, but they're trying to be two different things. And also, they can't actually sue Showdown. The whole point of copyright is preventing people from making money off of your ideas. That's why, like, Palworld can get sued. It's not a free game. But if Showdown even made it so that they could earn 1 cent, 1 penny, which doesn't even exist anymore, thanks to the guy in the White House. But, anyway, ignore that I said that. But, yeah. Basically, they would be eligible to get sued. That's why Showdown has now not been sued for all these years. That's why Pokerug hasn't been sued for all these years. They just don't make money. They're completely free. That's why they're not sued. And as for my thoughts on the pricing, I do not think at all that the pricing is that bad. The starter pack is like, what, $7? I believe it was real to be $6.99. That's a decent price point. If you can't spare $7, like if you think $7 is expensive, I think there's a tough time in your life where you shouldn't even be focusing on playing Pokemon in the first place. I'm sorry. But yeah. Except for the premium subscription. I do think $50 a year is a bit much. They could have made it $30. They could have made it $30. Like, seriously? I think $30 would have been a decent price point. And I have heard people also be concerned about the whole VP system because you only apparently earn 200 VP per battle, and training your Pokemon is very expensive, and you can pay for the items that VP can get you. And stuff like Mega Stone specifically, which costs 2,000 VP each, which is pretty expensive. That's like 10 battles. But I am not concerned about this for one very specific reason. And the director of Pokemon Showdown, or not Pokemon Showdown, Pokemon Champions himself, said that there will be daily tasks to help you earn VP in an interview. He specified that, don't worry, it's not just flat 200. There are daily tasks that you can do to earn more VP, along with the tutorials in the beginning. Those also earn you a good chunk of VP. So I highly recommend that you guys don't worry. Also, about the box space thing, I mentioned this in my recent video, actually, about how Pokemon Champions isn't pay to win. And in one trailer, they hinted towards that we'll be able to earn more box space in the game, as it showed a screenshot with where we had 40 box spaces. So that's good. We can earn more box spaces. That's a good thing. So, yeah, that's why the Showdown versus Champions debate is stupid. Why you shouldn't be participating in the argument. Tell your friends about this. Goodbye.